Mr. Okay.
All set.
Okay, well, I will call to order the September 20th, 2021 meeting of the Traffic Authority. We have a quorum with Commissioner Fran Collier Clemens and Mayor Rilling. First item on the agenda is approve the minutes of the meeting of July 19th, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Are there any corrections or omissions, deletions, additions?
None that I saw.
Okay. All in favor of approving the minutes as submitted?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approve the minutes of the meeting, special meeting of August 3rd, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Any corrections, deletions, or omissions?
None for me.
Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes as submitted?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, now we go into the other items on the agenda for approving various events that are going to be happening in and around Norwalk. And we'll take them one at a time. First item is approve the route for O'Neill's 5K race to be held on Sunday, September 26, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I move that item.
Motion is moved. I know we've done this pretty much every year. Is there anything different or significant about this route that it would be different than last year or the years prior?
Not that I'm aware of, Mayor.
Yeah, this is Jim Gerwick with the O'Neill's committee. The race wasn't held last year due to COVID, obviously, but it's the same route that was used prior to that. It's already been, looked at and approved by the police, so they're fine with it.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, Commissioner?
No, I have no questions.
Okay, all in favor of approving item number 3?
Aye.
Aye. Item 4, approve the route for the Fairfield County Walk to End Alzheimer's to be held on Sunday, October 10th, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I move item 4.
Okay, and is this, I know they've done this pretty much every year. Last year, I think, was virtual. But is there any difference in the route this year or any significant changes?
Hi, I'm Bobby Tarr from the Alzheimer's Association. If I can address the walk route. Would this be the right time?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, so for the last, I guess 10 years, we've been down at the beach. This is the first year that we've encountered a question about possibly blocking off one of the roads that we've never done in the past. Over the last 5 years, I pulled our numbers. We've always had upwards of 15 to 2,000 people on the walk route. We've never had to shut down a road before. And I guess that question had come up recently. This year, right as of today, we have 684 walkers, and some of them are going to be not at the beach, but at other locations walking. So this year is our smallest walk. So I don't foresee any reason we would need to shut down part of that Canfield Road where we come out off the beach. We do hire 3 officers, and they are stationed at the roundabout, 1 at the walk route and 1 at the beach itself. So I wasn't sure, but they asked us to come today and present.
Okay, anybody want to address that issue? Mr. Travers, Mr. Bilella, Mr. Yosek?
Mayor, I'm going to assume that Sergeant Galino probably is the one. She is the one that reviewed all those events. And what she said was, I just lost it. Hold on. She didn't specifically talk about that event, but she said that the Fairfield County Walk to End Alzheimer's, the Ravis event, and the MMRF and Sono Half, she had not signed off on yet. She was still waiting for more information. But she expected that she would be able to approve those. And the O'Neills and Lighthouse, she said, have been signed off and the hires have been approved. So I'm just guessing maybe from past experience, she was requesting that that not be closed or that be closed.
Yeah, I don't know of any problems in the past with any of the races, and I know when we can try to avoid it in order to not inconvenience the residents, we try not to close roads, or we try to make sure that the walkers or runners are off to the side so it doesn't become problematic.
I can see if I can reach her quick and just double check.
Yeah, okay, and so let's table that for the moment, Commissioner, if you don't mind.
Okay, I move that we table item 4 until we get information from Sergeant Galina.
Okay, item number 5, approve the routes for the William Ravis Walk and Ride to be held Sunday, October 17th. Is this a new event, or is this something they've done in the past?
Hi, you have Andrew Rosati here from William Ravis. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, so this has been an event that we've been doing since 2015. It goes through several towns. And last year we had it obviously virtual due to COVID, but this year we're bringing it back. Right now we have all the local traffic authority approvals from the other 5 towns that we're going through. We're just waiting on Norwalk. The routes have been the same since 2015, and there'll be no changes this year.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Clemens, would you make a motion to move this?
I make the motion to move item 5.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Why don't we jump to item 7, because I know Sergeant Galino has approved that. Item 7, approve the route for the Lighthouse 3-mile run to be held on Sunday, October 2nd, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Okay. Any comments or questions from our traffic department, TMP, or police department?
No questions from TMP, Mayor.
Okay.
We also have Jim Jerwick, I think, is representing the organization, right, Jim?
Okay, well, all in favor of approving item 7?
I approve.
Aye. Okay. Chief, were you able to get a hold of Sergeant Galino?
Yeah, she said that she had discussed with the organizers the fact that there was such a large number and there's no sidewalks, and she felt it was unsafe to stay on the to have the road open.
I'm getting some crazy feedback. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, somebody's not muted, I think. But she said that she talked to the organizers and they understood. They said that there's 600 now, but there's 3 weeks to go, and they expected maybe 1,200 people. And she has a real concern about it. And that's the only reason she suggested that, because there's no sidewalks.
And that's Canfield Road.
Yes,
Yes,
And that's over by Shore Haven?
I have to look at the map.
it's the road that comes up after we come out of the beach and we come right by the golf course. There's
Yeah.
a small section there where we keep everybody to the left-hand side, and the cars have come and gone in the past with no issue. And we're only there for a short period of time till we hit the roundabout where there's a police officer directing us.
I'll tell you one thing, I certainly don't want to be the one to close the Canfield Avenue at the golf course on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And you've done this in the past with the same amount of,
No, we've done it in the past with probably triple the amount. And we just constantly have people making sure everybody stays all the way to the left, because that's the only section on our route that does not have a sidewalk. But I mean, we haven't had an issue before. I don't foresee anything with less people, in fact, this year. It's only on there for a small portion of the walk. The rest of the walk is in the beach, and then it goes through the neighborhoods. It comes back down by everything else is sidewalked.
and these are walking, not running?
There's no running.
Okay. Commissioner Collier Clements, would you move this item again, or?
Yes, I'll move the item. I don't have my agenda. Is that item number
Item number
4?
5.
5, okay.
Yep. I'm sorry, no. Item
Number 6,
item
4,
4.
4.
4,
Item 4,
okay.
yes, you're right. Any discussion on this?
Well, my concern is if Sergeant Galino is concerned about the safety, regardless of whether you've done it in the past or not, I think that that's something that should be taken into consideration. And Mayor, I know we don't want to close that road on a Sunday morning going to the golf course, but as Ms. Tar has mentioned that it's only for a short period of time. I don't know how long a road is closed before and after the people have passed that particular point. But that's something to be considered, and I think we should not take lightly Sergeant Galina's suggestion.
Yeah,
I
I'm,
propose another suggestion. Could we hire maybe one additional officer? We usually hire 3 officers. Maybe if we hired a 4th officer to be in that vicinity as the walkers come through, would that maybe be some kind of compromise?
the walkers are going to be walking kind of northbound, is that correct? Yeah, you come down by the
Coming
dog
down,
park,
yes.
make a left, and you'll be moving over to the right. If you have, and they're going to be walking, so if you have a police car in that right lane and have the walkers behind the police car, I think that might accomplish the safety level that Sergeant Galino was concerned about. Commissioner Clemens, do you have a thought on that?
I think that would be a good compromise. And Chief, if you could convey that to Sergeant Galina, maybe now, and see if that will allay her concerns about safety.
Yeah, because most of the traffic at that time of the day, except for people coming from the dog park perhaps, would be going in the opposite direction, going down to the golf course.
Right.
While we're waiting, I see on the public side as an attendee, I believe it's Lieutenant Blake, LT Blake. Should I bring him over as a panelist?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. She said, she understands and that she'll meet with them and make it work somehow without shutting down the road.
Okay,
All right, I appreciate that.
all right.
Okay, so all in favor of item 4?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next one is
Thank you all
approve.
for your time.
Thank you.
You.
Next item is approve the route for the MMRF Teams for Cures 5K walk run to be held Sunday, October 30th, 2021. Can I have a motion?
I so move that item.
Any discussion, Mr. Travers, Mr. Valella, Mr. Yosak, or anybody from the police department?
They've done this event before, Mayor. They did it with the variable message signs, and they will continue to do it this year. It's a same route that they used 2 years ago.
Yeah, the traffic unit was good with the plans.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of approval of the MMRF Teams for Cures 5K walk, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approve no parking anytime along the inner circle of the cul-de-sac located on Ricky Lane. Do I have a motion?
I move item number 7.
Okay, and who is going to address this?
So Mayor, we had requests from the citizen that we do have some, issue inside of the Ricky Lane around the inner circle. People park on both sides of the road, and somehow they're creating issue for the, emergency vehicle if they want to pass by. We had site visit at the location at different time of the day, and picture, has been taken so you can see them. So we are recommending removing the on-street parking around the circle, so we can provide a better and safer environment for the emergency vehicle and also the residents at the time that they need it.
Yeah, I would imagine that would pose quite a problem for any emergency vehicles that were trying to go there, especially the larger fire trucks and the ambulance. Any questions, Commissioner?
No, no questions.
All in favor of approving the installation of an no parking along the inner cul-de-sac of Ricky Lane?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, approve the installation of an all-way stop at the intersection of Soundview Avenue with Cliff Street and Oak Street. Do I have a motion?
I move item number 8.
Who's going to address this?
So Mayor, this is we have been dealing with this situation for a long time in Soundview Avenue, intersecting, with these roads. We do have some issue for the pedestrian crossing, especially the school kids. We have a crosswalk. If you take a look at the picture, you can see the crosswalk. It goes to the stairs, and pretty much everybody parks in front of the stairs. And there are a lot of issue for the sight line. I mean, cars just going pretty fast coming down. We had, phone call from the residents because nobody yielding to pedestrian at this location. So I had a complete site visit 3-4 times at this location with our traffic supervisor, Amy Tabor. So we come up with some sort of solution for these intersections. Stop sign, always stop sign is one of them. So right now we are stopping the Cliff on the other side, but we don't stop the Soundview. Based on the situation and lane characteristic at this intersection, we are recommending the always stop sign. It will bring a very safer environment for the pedestrian crossing, which is the most important part. And as you see, we have some sort of accident at that location as well. So all the reports is included. If you take a look at the report.
Is there adequate sight line there?
Yes, we do have sideline issue. We do have pedestrian crossing issue. This is the only crosswalk at this location. It's a completely mid-block crosswalk without any kind of protections. So that stop sign provides some kind of protection for this crosswalk as well.
So Mayor, Fred did review this. So we have a stop control at Cliff, and we have a stop control at Oak. There is a bend in Seaview. It does create a little bit of a sightline issue as you have a left bend, when you're traveling north on Soundview, and then you come up with the location of the crosswalk. You do come up relatively quickly to the crosswalk, and some potentially sight issues for people crossing there as well. So it would be recommended that with the sightline issues, this should be converted to an all-way stop.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Clemens.
So that would be a stop sign on Soundview.
Yes.
Coming, well, I don't know my directions, north, south, and then on Soundview. So there will be 4 stops, always
Yes.
stops. Okay, yeah, because it's going to be needed, because around that bend, they disregard anybody.
Well, yeah, and you're around the bend before you catch, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't muted. I'm sorry. You're around the bend or approaching the bend before you get to see anybody in the side, at the crosswalk. So
Yeah, it's
it
real.
is
it's
a
real
challenging intersection from a sightline perspective.
Okay, so it's your recommendation that this be approved.
Yes, sir.
Any further questions, Commissioner?
No more questions.
Any questions or comments from PD? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next one, approve a no parking anytime zone on the south side of Soundview Avenue from Arbor Drive to Cliff Street. Can I have a motion?
I move item 9.
Okay, who's going to address this?
Okay, so pretty much this is, part of the solution for this, for the, Soundview intersection. Right now, the center line, it's right, at the middle of the Soundview when you are, passing the intersection. And then people park on the north side, and then they are parking basically on the, crosswalk. And if they want to park on the street, any car passing by, they have to just, go to the other directions. So there's not enough room for car park on one side of the street and then the other car pass by. So what we're doing, we're removing the on-street parking from one side of the road, which they're all, curb cut and all driveway. Move the center line to the left a little bit, provide enough room for one side of the road, one side of the Soundview Avenue. For the people that can park on the street and, a big truck can pass by as well. So that's the reason that we're moving the on-street parking on the other side of the Sound.
Okay. Any questions, Commissioner?
No, I don't have any questions. Seems like a really good idea.
Did we move this one?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next one is also Soundview Avenue, approve a no parking zone on the northern side of Soundview Avenue in front of number 23 Soundview Avenue. Can we get a motion?
I move that item number 10.
Okay, who's going to address this one?
Mayor, this is again as part of the solution, creating a better and safer environment, at the intersection of Soundview and Cliff. Number 23 is the one, there are two businesses over there. One of them is Deli and the other one, I don't exactly remember what was, but I spoke with both and I talked with both of them. This is a stair location, and then we have about 4 spots in front of the stairs. And that's the place that we do have the crosswalk. From one side of the street, crosswalk ended up to the stairs. So what we're trying to do to just, provide a better view for the pedestrian to crossing it from one side of Soundview to the other side. I already sent a letter to residents, and I spoke with them as well. They agree, and that's what we're removing those 3, spots in front of the 23.
Okay. Commissioner, any questions, or police department or TMP?
Well, I'm glad the residents and business owners have been notified, and they're in agreement with what we're planning to do, because it definitely is a safety issue there.
Yeah, I concur. So I think the issues all combined are the solution to fix the problem, so that while they're broken out for each of you into individual steps, they are a comprehensive review to try to improve the situation out here that was brought to our attention.
Yeah, I think all of these in total will make a vast improvement on that area.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor of the no parking issue?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. That brings us to item 12. Approve the-
Item 11.
Then we do,
No, we
Okay.
did 10.
okay, so now we're doing, okay. Now we're going to, the next item is approve a no parking zone on the northern side of Soundview Avenue in front of number 23. A motion?
No, the next one is 11. approve the installation of a crosswalk.
That's what I just read. I have number 12 as the crosswalk.
There is an update. Commissioner.
Oh, we got two different agendas here.
Yeah.
This one, we added, another item to it, yes.
So, okay, help us out here. Which item are we on now?
Number 12.
Okay, so item 10.
Oh, so
item
I've got
11.
the old one. I've got
Okay.
the old one.
Item
So-
11 was the Soundview Avenue 23, Soundview Avenue, no parking. Okay. Item 12, or item 11, depending on the agenda that you have. Approve the installation of a crosswalk on the western leg Soundview Avenue at Oak Street. Do I have a motion?
I moved the installation of the crosswalk.
Okay, any, Mr. Ashragi or
Yes.
CMP?
This is again as part of the solution. So what we're trying to do is just provide the crosswalk on the other side of the intersection as well. The residents or the pedestrian doesn't need to go from one side to the other side of the intersection to crossing the Soundview. So we're adding the crosswalk on the opposite side of the location that we already have the crosswalk.
Okay. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item, approve a no parking during pickup 7:30 to 8:30 and drop off 2:30 to 3:30 zone on Strawberry Hill Avenue between Tierney Street and Nathan Hale School driveway, that should read. Can I have a motion?
I so move.
Who's going to address this issue?
So this is a request from the police department. Parents have some kind of difficulty for dropping off and picking up their kids from the school. So I received that request that if there's any possibility, so we can just accommodate parents during the pickup and drop off between the Trinity and the Northern Hill School driveway. We had a site visit and we saw cars park over there overnight. And during the drop off, there's not enough room for the parents to drop off their kids. And this is just going to happen, between certain, amounts of time. So it's 7:30 in the morning to 8:30, and the drop off at 2:30 to 3:30 during the school times.
So this is to allow the queuing up of cars waiting to pick up the children?
Yes, pick up and drop off.
Pick up and drop off. Oh, I was out there in the morning too. It's pretty challenging right now, Mayor, at many of our schools, as you know, and this is not an exception. This was brought to our attention from the police department with this recommendation. We went out there and took a look at it. When there are not cars there, you can see that it does act, it responds much better. It's when there are cars parked over there, the parents are dropping off, in the street. It's just, it's a busy road, a lot of activity, and we think it's going to be a safer mode if they have an opportunity to do that against the curb line.
Yeah,
And
that was
that's,
a request from Sergeant Galina, by the way. So
That's where those two relatively new houses are. And then in between those and the school, there's an older place. And now have the residents there that, have we spoken with them and asked them to cooperate with this?
this was pretty close to the meeting, so I didn't have a chance to talk to the residents. They all have driveway, if you look at the Google Maps, so I don't think it's going to be a inconvenience for them, especially for those people. And then it's just an hour, in the morning and an hour in the afternoon, so that's all.
Any comments from the police department or?
No, it is a major issue there in the morning. It could take you 20, 30 minutes to get down the street with cars parked, people stopping. So I understand why she was requesting this to be looked at, and I understand what their recommendation is. It makes sense. I don't know whether the people that live there are going to be upset about it, but it does make sense.
Yeah, I know that those two houses have 2-car garages and a wide driveway that can fit maybe 3 or 4 other cars, so. I don't think it should be, as Mr. Shragi said, an inconvenience. So let's give it a try, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item, approve a 15-minute parking spot in front of 12 Mott Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I move that item.
Okay, who's going to address that?
I could address the mayor. We had received a request from the funeral home on Mott Street to allow a 15-minute parking spot there. We've done this similarly on East Wall Street. So we thought this was a fair request.
Okay, any further comment or discussion?
What's there now? Nothing?
Just a regular 2-hour parking.
So does that mean we
We would
remove
convert
that?
we would convert
Okay.
one spot from 2-hour to 15-minute.
Okay, okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item, approve the Comstock Hill Avenue Detour Plan for State Project 102-296. Can I have a motion?
I move.
All right, who's going to present this?
Mayor, we have a Nicholas Ivanov from the state DOT that would probably be best to address this.
Okay, Mr. Ivanov?
Mr.
Mr.
Ivanov.
Ivanov, you're on mute.
There are two of them. Both of them are mute now. Two
He's
calls.
muted.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, can
Yes.
you hear me?
Oh, yep, now we can.
I'm not Nick Ivanov. I'm Bao Chong from Bridge Design, but for some reason we all signed in under his name. So Nick, are you there? Maybe I can mute myself to see if he can speak.
All right, so kind of, can you explain what's going to be happening on this project? And
I guess
Okay, sure. Looks like I'm the only one can speak now. So I am Bao Chong, project manager from Bridge Design. And I have my project engineer here, Chris Page here, but I'm not sure if he can speak.
Hi, Bao. I'm here.
Oh, okay, you're here.
If you'd
Okay,
like, I
okay.
could introduce
Yeah.
the scope of work.
Maybe, yeah, that's best. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. Comstock Hill Road, we plan to do a rehabilitation to the structure. It carries Comstock Hill Ave over the Merritt Parkway in Norwalk. It's one structure of approximately, I believe, 15 bridges we have in the project for rehabilitation. For Comstock Hill Road, in order to maintain the structure, we have to replace the waterproofing membrane. So that will require the closure of Comstock Hill Road so we could remove the roadway above it and some earth fill that's on top of the bridge. In addition to, there's a water main that crosses over the bridge that we have to relocate within the bridge itself. Right now, we have planned a detour so that we could close the road. One thing that we are interested in is the time frame to close the road and what works best for the town. So in our specifications right now, we are looking at providing the contractor 7 weeks during the summer of 2023 to perform the road closure. And I think I realistically would align that during the off time with the school year, or whatever suggestions that you guys have.
all right, TMP and Mr. Yosak, Mr. Ashragi, have you all looked at this proposed detour? And
yes, Mayor, the detour is basically a 4-mile detour that detours traffic on onto the state road around and through New Canaan. We don't anticipate that everybody will need to go that way around, but the detour is designed to keep the larger trucks and vehicles on state roads instead of going through the narrower, tighter roads. But the local people can definitely get to their locations during the closures.
Silver Minette. Okay, so there's Comstock. Okay. Okay, how long do we anticipate that this is going to be closed? Probably quite a while. I know the West Rocks Bridge and East Rocks Road bridges, and now Strawberry Hill, they've been closed for quite some time. But how long do you anticipate these will be closed?
We are allowing the contractor 7 weeks.
Is that 7 weeks?
7 weeks, 49 days.
Yeah. No, that doesn't seem unreasonable. Has any been notified the residents so they can prepare for this? Because I'm sure that there's people that drive their children to school and they're going to want to know in advance so they could prepare the route.
I'm not aware. I would ask Nick if he has an information or traffic division. Unfortunately, I don't know if Nick could hear us, if he's on the line.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Oh, here, yes, we can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Got my mic working. We held a public informational meeting in, I believe, March of 2019, where we presented this detour to the public. We have not contacted residents individually since then.
Okay. Are you going to be making announcements in the local media or anything, or?
We have an ongoing project that's at the 7 and 15 interchange. I think it would be possible to present that through the same portal to bring awareness to this project that's going to start next spring. So we have that avenue.
Okay.
Yes, and hi, this is Bao from Bridge Design again. And so contractually, we also include that language in the specifications to require the contractor to send out notification at least a month before the actual detour.
Okay. All right, and for TMP, are we planning on having any signs, those signs up and around the electronic signs?
Yes.
Okay.
Similar to the previous project where we have the sort of like a public info notification system. The public can go to our website. We even have traffic cameras that are available for them to check the condition of traffic, and there will be those BMS signs as well.
Okay, Commissioner Clemens, Collier Clemens.
Well, I think any information that we can get to the residents that are going to be using the route and are going to be detoured to the new route, that information should go out as often as possible, because people's minds are really short and they don't remember. And so at any opportunity that you have, please notify them. And another thing is that sometimes we have these detoured marked routes, and you get to a point and there are no more signs to tell you where to go. So I don't know how you address that. But just make sure that the detour signs take them all the way to, I guess, the normally traffic route.
Okay.
Was there, and maybe I have misinformation, we can notify the, well, the, out of lack of a better term, Waze and others, is there, do we notify Waze that this is occurring, or I know that one time we notified them of something, and I'm not sure it was effective or not.
I'm not aware of doing that. That might be something that our construction personnel do.
Yeah.
But it's
Jim,
not
do you
something
have
that we
any,
do in my office.
Jim, do you have any thoughts about that, or do you have any knowledge of that?
So Nick, I think Bridgeport Traffic has been able to notify Google Maps of closures in the past.
Hmm.
Can we check with Bridgeport Traffic on that? The call center there?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item, authorize the Director of Transportation, Mobility and Parking to contact the State Department of Transportation to request a review of the advisory signage on State Route 136 Wilson Avenue in the vicinity of Highland Avenue and Bluff Avenue. Can I have a motion?
I so move.
I think this item has been discussed before. I know there's a lot of concern about the accidents in that area, a lot of concern about the speed coming around the curve, approaching Covewood Avenue. So, you know, I think this is something we probably would want you to do. So.
Certainly, Mayor, we will, in anticipation of that, we did put up a speed radar sign. We'll keep that up for a little while longer. It's still up today. We're seeing the road with a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. The 85th percentile is coming back at 28 miles an hour. I do think that you'll recall that we do have a marking plan for the community connectivity grant that we had that will get us bike lanes and sharrows through 136. My concern here is that we have a bend, we have a very wide cross section of roadway right at Bluff. There's an opening that because there's no lane, there's no pavement markings because of the roadway. With the new pavement markings, there will be an edge line that goes there. So I think ultimately when we get the new pavement markings in, this will bring added benefit to that and alert drivers there. We do know that the state did have an advisory speed up, but they recently re-signed the road and took it down. So we will do our own advisory with the ball bank indicator, come up with what our recommendation is and put that in for that notification as well, assuming that the commission will agree for us to notify that.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Collier Clemens, any questions?
No, but it certainly is needed.
Yes. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next meeting is Monday, October 25th, 2021 at 4 p.m. Location, Zoom web platform, we imagine. I need a motion to adjourn.
Mayor,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
there was one last minute item that came up. I just wanted to give you a informational update that the state is looking to replace the signal on Main Avenue at Union Avenue and making it with pedestrian countdown indications. So that just came this morning. So just wanted to make the commission aware of that.
Yeah, I've been noticing that light there. It remains green for Main Avenue, exactly 13 seconds.
It has the loop has been damaged, it's been reported and should be fixed. Yeah,
Has been fixed, the same day that you notified that, and then Jim told me we had the state at the intersection the day after. So
okay.
Right now we have a green lights out. I'm not sure if they fixed it. It was out on Friday afternoon. That's an 8-inch green light. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, but there were two cars in front of me, and the first car getting out of the block was a little slow, and I got stuck again.
Your anticipation is 100% correct. Yeah, the loop was broken, so they fixed it.
I got it. Okay, so now we need a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and it's 4:45. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.